Hi chuddies and chudettes. Welcome to the scheme making tutorial. Well, not scheme. Scheme template making tutorial. This is how you'll make a template for your already UV mapped car. So hopefully you followed the previous tutorial. Now you have a decent, map. Let me just rearrange some shit so my life is easier and I won't take my life. There we go. Alright, so what you want to do and shit is just, make sure your shit's organized. Don't be like me. Be a sensible person. Have your shit prepared. There we go. Alright, now that you've got like your template and shit, well, your UV, you've got your UV all done and shit, you want to select all. If you don't know what that is, you press A, and then you go to UV, and then you export UV layout. But I like to preemptively select all in here. Export UV layout, then you can go here to your downloads or whatever, and you can export it wherever and as whatever you like. I'll export mine as I'll export mine as PNG. Make sure your fill opacity is really low, because it's ugly. And then you can just name it wireframe, because that's what it is. That's just gonna be your wireframe. I'm gotta do that to mine. But alright. So now you see this. This is your wireframe. This is the very basis of your car's like template. Now you can see it's like, oh wow, that's what I have on Blender. Wow. Great. Now what you want to go do is new layer on whatever program you have, but go onto the layer that has the wireframe, and you want a magic wand tool, the outside space, and other holes and whatnot like windows and shit. Boom. Go into your other layer and fill that spot in again on a different layer. You have made a mask. This is a template. Well done. Now, that's it. You have made a template. But first, well, no, actually not first, but like as a few pointers, you want to trim the edges a little bit, just so you give more people wiggle room, right? You don't want, even if they leave the template on, at least they won't have like, the marks and shit, all the nasty shit. Yeah, that's pretty much a template. You can just go and name these now. Wireframe. You can name this the mask. You can make the car body color. I like to do a little blue color like iRacing. And then you can name it car color. Wow, you have made a template. And now you can do whatever you like. Now this is the end of doing all that. This is how you make the shading layer for your cars. So first of all, you gotta make sure your car has correct normals. I'm not gonna tell you how to fix that, I don't wanna. But boom, yeah, I got good normals, it's fine. Now for the shading layer, you grab a light. The sun's fine. Now you go into this. This is the rendering one, and you just wanna make the strength a little high, and then I don't know, like raise the exposure a little. Actually, there. You just gotta spread the angle too, and now it's all bright. And now you got to have a texture on this, because you need like something to put on top of it, right? Like, so you can have cool shit like, I don't know how to say it. When you map it, it puts it on a different image. So you have to like, you gotta put the bread down before you butter it. So my blender's crashing. There we go. So now you can just do image, texture, open, and then for me, I like I have an image on my computer. It's called whiter. It's just white. Boom. And now you can just go here, and then you can go like, fuck, I forget sometimes. Here, and then you can go, yeah, switch it to cycles by the way, but make sure to lower the minimum, max samples on viewport because it's shit. And then you can just do bake, and then bake, and now it's gonna bake your like, you know, your shading onto that texture. And now it's gonna rape your fucking computer. Especially if you have it set to CPU. I have a very good GPU. I do not need to do that, but I'm assuming you're on a shitty laptop, so. Alright. After a while, you should have it done. Now you can go to texture paint, and you can see, wow, you have the shading layer. And you just go to image and copy. You won't need to download it. You can just go over here, new layer, paste. And now what you need to do is whatever, like wherever you have layer properties on Paint.net, it's right here. You can just change it to multiply, and boom, now you have a shading layer for your car. And now you can do whatever you want. You can do like a, oh no, let's make a little Conrail car. So we gotta draw the number 0, 0. Then you got Conrail, Conrail. Boom. And now you've made your first ever scheme on your first ever template on your first ever car. And now here, this is a fucked up bit of the shading. I'm not even gonna lie. That can happen. That just happens. So, yeah, that sucked. But, you know, you gotta roll with the punches, right? But, yeah. Hopefully this doesn't happen to you. And, enjoy making your gay little mods.